Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Mike from 1AAuto. I hope this how-to video helps you out. And next time you need parts for your vehicle, think of 1AAuto.com. Thanks.
In this video, we're going to show you how to remove and reinstall or replace a broken window regulator. We do the front driver's side. The front passenger side is basically the same procedure. This is a 2004 9.3. The procedure is basically the same for any 03 to 11 9.3, although there may be slight differences in how you remove the door panel in some of the later years. Tools you'll need are a T30 Torx bit with a ratchet extension, as well as a 10mm socket, door panel clip tool, putty knife or screwdriver, and a small flat blade screwdriver. You don't run your battery down, start underneath. There's two clips that hold the battery protector. Take that up and off, then use a 10mm socket with your ratchet. Loosen up the negative battery cable, which is the one in front, and disconnect the negative battery cable.
Okay, to remove your door panel, you're going to start here, pull up on the back of this panel, and then keep working your fingers underneath and pull right out on it. That comes off. Now inside there's two T30 Torx screws. Okay, here's a T30 Torx bit with an extension and a ratchet.
And I'm going to fast forward here. I just take my bit with ratchet extension, get it in there, and once you get those bolts loosened up, they pretty much come out just by hand. If they don't come out, they will fall out as you pull the door panel off. Just watch to make sure you see them when they drop and don't lose them.
Okay, now with those screws out, a door panel clip tool, even a household putty knife would work. Slip this in behind, find the clips, pry out, pull with your hand at the same time. Okay, so as your panel comes out, the first thing is there's a white connector on your door latch cable here. Pull that. Okay, then pull your door latch cable up and out. Okay, so you've got three connectors. There's the smallest black one down here. There are two tabs on each side. I'm using a little screwdriver. Push it on one tab and pull up, and then on the other side push it on the other tab and pull that out. Okay, there's the two tabs. Then you have this one you have to reach under, and there's a little gray lever actually that I can't really show it to you because it's hard to see, but you pry the lever down and then you pull down on the connector as you pry the lever out. Okay, so here's the connector. This is the little lever. When it's connected, the lever's like that. So you have to you have to actually get in there. Okay, get this. You have to kind of get in there, get this lever started down. Okay, and then as you pull this down, as you flip that lever out. Okay, and then the last connector. Right here. Okay, I just press right here where the locking tooth is and then work the connector right out. Okay, and your door panel's off.
Okay, you want to slowly and carefully take your water shield off. I am kind of going in fast motion here. The stuff that adheres it to the door is kind of funny. In places it'll be stuck on there really hard and you got to work at it, and then other places it'll just kind of come off nice and easy. But try and do this as carefully as possible so you don't rip that water shield and move it out of your way.
Okay, so these regulators are cable actuated. Just kind of reaching behind, you can feel the cable. Usually what happens is the cable breaks or part of the mechanism inside goes bad, and you can usually, when you go to activate the window, you can hear the motor try to work, but you hear either like a grinding noise or you don't really hear anything at all, and the motor doesn't do anything. And when the cable's broken, you can usually just kind of grab onto your window, move it up and down. My regulator is just working 100% in this car. I'm just doing this to show you. But what you would want to do is take your window, move it by hand, maybe have a helper hold it in this position, and you would want to loosen this bolt here, okay, and then this bolt right here. And these are the bolts that hold the clamps that hold the window to the regulator.
And fast forward again here, and these are 10mm bolts. Again, just loosen them.
Okay. What you want to do is rotate your window forward and bring it up and out. Okay, now you've got 4 bolts that hold the regulator rails, or actually 4 nuts. There's one there, one down here, one right in there, and then one right down there. Okay, and additionally there's another 10mm bolt that holds the motor bracket. You'll want to disconnect your lead. Just use a screwdriver, put it in there.
Now fast forward here as I use my 10mm socket with ratchet and extension and remove the 4 nuts and the 1 bolt that hold the regulator and the motor bracket. And just use a little bit of faster motion up here. You pull the rails back away from the door, and then slide them down and out. Keep in mind, somewhat near the door lock button there, reach up inside, and there is a clip that holds one of the cables at the top of the door. Release that clip, and then your regulator, both rails, come out.
You need to switch your motor over to your new regulator. You want to take your T30 Torx driver, and there's 3 bolts that hold the motor to the regulator.
And I'll fast forward as I remove those 3 bolts. We do sell the regulator a couple different ways. We sell them without the motor, so if your motor's good, you'll want to switch your original motor from the vehicle onto your new regulator. When you get the new regulator, it will probably be, they'll have a wire tie that holds the pulley onto the regulator. You'll need to cut that wire tie. Just make sure that you hold that pulley or the spool in place, and then put the motor down on it, and then reinstall the T30 Torx bolts and tighten them up nice and firm. And we'll keep the fast forward going here. You want to get the regulator up into place. It's a little bit of just a little bit of a kind of a puzzle. Get it at the right angle. Puzzle is kind of a tough word. You just got to make sure you get in there at the right angle. Get it into place, and then once you have one of the rails in place, start one of the nuts, then start the rest of the nuts, and as well as start the bolt that holds the window motor bracket in place, and then tighten those up nice and firm.
Alright, once you've got it tightened up in place, put the lead back on, push it on while you push up on the lock in place. Also reach up in here, and there's a little clip. Make sure you put the cable back into the clip up there. Let's see here. Slide your window down in. Make sure it's in these clips here. And then tighten them up.
And fast forward again here as we put that water shield back in place. Do it as carefully as you can, and make sure you put the door latch cable, the lock button, and the harnesses up through the correct holes in the water shield, and secure it in place as well as you can.
Okay, to put your door panel back on, connect the mustard colored one first. Pull it up into place. Okay, this one next. You want to get it into place correctly. Okay, and as you're pushing it up, pull that lever and lock it. And then finally this one connects here. Okay, bring our door latch cable up. Okay, put the clip right down in, and then you need to line this up. It goes into a little groove here. This goes in front. Okay, and latch it on. Okay, make sure you put your door lock button in place. Push the top of your panel against the window and bring it down. Okay. Now look back in, see the little buttons.
Fast forward here again, I take those two T30 screws, kind of easier if you put them onto the bit and then guide them right into the door panel. Kind of tighten them by hand first and then tighten them up nice and firm. And once you have those bolts on there and tightened up, remember to put that trim panel back on, reconnect your battery, put the battery cover back on, and you should be all set. We hope this helps you out. Brought to you by www.1aauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll-free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.